Another headline article from Reuters, and I guess Davos is the only contributor, not an editorial board, but I guess just Davos. Sunday, January 15th, 2017. Davos elites struggle for answers as Trump era dawns. I've heard this talked about a few different times, and people from the establishment media and the establishment political classes, right, from all over the world, these foxes, they're wondering, what the hell is going on? But the crazy part is, all these political propagandists, these pundits, these so-called experts, right, the media personalities, they keep turning to the wrong people. They keep asking the wrong people. It's like, what's going on here? We need to know. But they keep looking to these academic experts, right? Or these corporate fucking crony corporatists, or politicians, or establishment media propagandists that benefit from the status quo and the establishment fucking central planning model that we currently live under. So they keep asking, they have a big circle of fucking central planning types, right? Control freaks and sociopaths, and we know what the people we're talking about, right? And they keep picking and drawing from that group, and they keep asking everyone from amongst that group, their so-called experts, yeah, what's going on? And each one of them, it's like one big giant echo chamber that they keep talking back and forth. Well, it's this. Well, it's this. Well, it's this. Meanwhile, every time they say, oh, no, okay, yeah. Now we have a consensus. This is the problem. We're going to create a solution to fix it. And then they find out after they've gone through all that fucking bullshit and creating this whole thing, creating maybe infrastructure, bureaucracy, a bunch of fucking crap, robbing and plundering the masses. They come up, we'll try this. Maybe 10 years goes by. Oh, that didn't work either. I wonder why. Because you didn't ask the fucking people. Stop. Like, I'll tell you, and anyone out there that pays attention to my videos, let me tell you, when you see people like myself being questioned by media personalities, I mean not just people that look like myself or that seem to look blue collar, but actually have the ability, courage, and conviction to speak up and speak out against this stuff. So, think about what I would say if I was being questioned by these people. Until you see that represented by the establishment media or the political class, right? Your control freaks, your rulers, until you see them even starting to acknowledge or listen to people like myself, which so far you're still not seeing it, right? But until you see that, there's just a bunch of control freaks sitting around circle jerking each other. And their echo chambers, of course, you're always going to fail if the only people offering the solution to the problem are the people that have offered all the solutions to the problem prior and failed every time. If they keep reintroducing the same solution to the problem that continue to always be proven to be failures, well, don't expect anything different. Einstein himself said as such. Expecting different results from doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Yeah, that's the definition of a sin. Whether that was truly attributed to Einstein or not, it makes perfect sense. So, no. Tell these elites, and they actually, it's right in the thing. The Davos elites struggle for answers as Trump era dawns. The global economy is in better shape than it's been in years. Stock markets are booming, oil prices are on the rise again, and the risks of a rapid economic slowdown in China, a major source of concern a year ago, have eased. And yet, as political leaders, CEOs, and top bankers make their annual trek up the Swiss Alps to the World Economic Forum in Davos, the mood is anything but celebratory. Celebratory, I guess. Beneath the veneer of optimism over the economic outlook lurks acute anxiety about an increasingly toxic political climate and a deep sense of uncertainty surrounding the U.S. presidency of Donald Trump, who will be inaugurated on the final day of the forum. Last year, the consensus here was that Trump had no chance of being elected. His victory less than half a year after Britain voted to leave the European Union was a slap at the principles that elites in Davos have long held dear, from globalization and free trade to multilateralism. So, they're constantly being proved all the time, but they're doubling down and asking each other once again, what's wrong? Like I say, until they start asking people that actually know, real people, until you start hearing from real people, that'll be the only time that you'll know that things are finally starting to, change is truly upon us when you start to see that, right? That's when you'll really see. Until then, as long as the media, the establishment media, should I say propagandists, as long as they're going to continue on asking these so-called experts that have been constantly, these control freaks and central planners, okay, until they start listening to the people that don't believe in, okay, so it's the same thing in a religion. All right, think about it, instead of the state and religion, or instead of the state and politicians and the media that pound on the pulpit, imagine it was a religious. Let's say you were a Catholic, right? But the whole world still exists. And the Catholic Church kept asking bishops, popes, priests, why are atheists so against this? Da, 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 da. Well, until they go out and speak to atheists, if they just keep asking the pope, the priests, the bishops, why, well, they're going to have a completely skewed answer and a biased answer that's not going to have any correlation with the real world. If you want real answers to the question that you're trying to ask, which you obviously don't, these fuckers don't want real answers to the question they're trying to ask, because if they did, they'd ask the people that could only be the ones that would have honest answers for the question. But since they refuse to ask the people that can only be the ones that can honestly answer the question, that tells you they don't want to know the answer. They only want to ask experts that will give you an opinion as to what you should think. That's really what it comes down to. You know this. Most people understand this, at least instinctually. What I see is the great divide is when it comes to politics. Everyone still wants to play this fucking bullshit of I'm with Team A or I'm with Team B. Or in Canada, Team C. Until everyone says, okay, fuck the teams. Let's just start listening. Fuck the teams. Let's just start listening. Who's making sense? And wait a minute, are you listening to real people? Are you asking real people what's going on? If you're not asking to real people what's going on, then I don't believe a word you say. I don't care if you say you're a liberal, a conservative, New Democrat, a Republican. I don't give a fuck what political stance you claim or what political party that you align with or gang is. If nobody is listening to the people, the words of the people, and representing the words of the people, or even the different variants of the people, because that's another thing. The people don't all speak with one voice either. But you're not even hearing the regular people's voice. You're hearing central planners, control freaks, sociopaths, banksters, government fucks, corporatists, media personalities, academics, which government fucks still, once again, just because they're a different branch of government, but they're still the same thing. Establishment media, once again, all people from the same circle of influence and so-called authority, right? Until they're willing to step outside that sphere, they're just propagandists and fake news motherfuckers living in an echo chamber. Learn to recognize and realize that, people, because it's very important that you do so. It's Canadian Libertarian. I love liberty.